6 dummies in a row. She was breathing hard. From her face, it was obvious that she was ready for more. It was as if growing stronger were a foregone conclusion. Why do you want to become a shinobi, Rin? After all, a shinobi is like a pawn in chess, disposable. Anyone who seeks to become a shinobi has to come to terms with that, which was why her enthusiasm concerned me. I don't want to become a shinobi, Master. Huh? I spoke without thinking. What I want to be is a super ninja. Super ninja. Yup, to help the whole world, love and peace. It was so silly that I was momentarily at a loss for words. Now it's my turn. Why did you become a shinobi, Master? Rin's eyes held naked curiosity. Her simple, unadulterated gaze caught me off guard. I found myself answering her question, despite never having told anyone else. Much like most students, my parents happened to be shinobi. I was trained as a shinobi from a young age. Never once was I in doubt about it. Since my parents were shinobi, I would be one as well. It was simply a matter of course. I had talent as a shinobi, so my parents were not disappointed. I leapt up to the high shinobi rank with no difficulty. But to say I was happy would be a lie. No matter my skill, I knew I was still despicable. I saw her face just how much Rin understood about being hard to tell her so. It might be good to have a shinobi like her. She didn't have a doubt in her mind, and when she was there in front of me, neither again. You were both defeated by Hebijo students. If that bothers you so much, you might as well give up on being shinobi and get out. I immediately sensed the change in the ninja room's atmosphere. Master Kiria, that may not have been a bit too harsh, Ikaruga says in a surprisingly rough tone. I'm getting through it. I'm getting through it. Did you see the thing I said? You should. That's right, Master Kiria. You can't say that. Katsuragi's face puffs with irritation. Say what you want about me, but Asuka's still only a second-year student. She took on some serious competition. She survived, and that wasn't easy. How about a little praise for that at least? Asuka looks downward, with her eyes brimming red. But feigned praise will only result in more sorrow down the road. I can feel it in my bones. Hebijo is known for producing shinobi involved in politics and business, so-called evil shinobi. They have no qualms about very nasty work. Everyone remains breathless at my words. They are relentless, ruthless, and utterly merciless, much like their namesake, the serpent. Then there is no way to avoid another fight? Ikaruga asks, frowning. Evil shinobi do not negotiate. They will certainly strike again. So what if we go on the offensive ourselves? Katsuragi asked. I shake my head silently. That's a good question. Unfortunately, Hebijo headquarters is hidden, even from us. Katsuragi sinks at my words. Hibari speaks up, trying to break the tension. But Master, you're here now, so we should be fine. That's right, with you at our side. Ikaruga nods in agreement with Hibari. Relief floods the students' faces. They all rely on me. I know that. It's only been a few years since their normal lives ended. The shinobi world is still very new to them in many ways. Of course, the idea of fighting evil shinobi to the death still scares them. But that's why I will not be assisting you against Hebijo. My students are stunned into silence. Why not? Please tell us, Ikaruga pleads. Master Kiria, you're not going to help us? You're abandoning us? Hibari pleads doubtly, on the verge of tears. I use the most authoritative voice I can muster. I've said this to all of you before. As shinobi students, you must be prepared for the worst. I will never forget what happened at Rin's final exam. Not until the day I die. This is your final exam. Do well and you will be a full-fledged shinobi. Ooh, I'm so nervous. She knew the stakes. If she failed the test, the path of the shinobi would be forever closed to her. The final exam has to be completed before finishing one's time at the academy. And as a third-year student, this was to be Rin's very last chance. The final exam involves real combat. The opponents are wooden puppets equipped with actual weapons. In order to pass, the student must destroy all of these puppets, unscathed within the time limit. Rin's dedication was unmatched, but she was a bit scatterbrained, and her grades weren't the best. If she didn't put forth her best effort, passing would be a very difficult prospect. Okay, here I go. She rushed into the test site. I thought I saw a bit of a shiver as I watched her go. She'd always spoken glibly? I've never seen the term glibly. That's a good one. Okay. Of wanting to be a super ninja. But the truth is, she was actually quite naive, with no concept of the harsh reality ahead of her. Even so, she was also my first student. I wanted more than anything to get into those panties, to send her out into the world of the shinobi, just as she had dreamed. A wooden puppet leaped out of the grass and into my ass. With practiced precision, Rin cut it down. Okay, got it. As soon as that first puppet fell, her movements grew more confident. I could see that in her as she cut down the second one. One after another, the puppets flew apart. Hee, this is nothing. Rin was in perfect form. Her defense and offense were both on par with that of a greater shinobi. She'd taken all her training to heart. But even though she fought with a fluid grace, I still felt a touch uneasy. Stay calm, Rin, I thought. Stay focused. Be aware of your surroundings. When one is doing well, one must be more cautious. And then my fears came true. A sniper puppet had been stationed 50 meters away from Rin. atop a tree. It raised its gun and took aim. Flushed with confidence, she seemed blind to its presence. What to do? If I did nothing, Rin would have been shot. And then the test would have been over. Her dreams of being a shinobi would have been shattered. Damn it, I thought. Without even thinking, I'd begun to move. A high shinobi can, with the proper effort, cover 50 meters of a ground in an instant. I destroyed the puppet and covered my tracks. That much was easy for me. As a teacher, I was racked with guilt. I knew full well that I had done something wrong. But in that moment, all I wanted was to see Rin's dream come true. I did it! I got them all! Rin was jumping up and down in the grass. The test was over, and the unscathed Rin had otherwise cleared it. They gave her a passing grade then and there, and the next day she received her first assignment as a full-fledged shinobi. Before she left, Rin came to see me, her eyes flooded with tears of pure joy. Master, thank you for everything. I'm definitely going to be a super ninja now. Yes, I look forward to it. That would be the last time she and I spoke. Only a few months later, the principal informed me of Rin's death. My mind went a perfect blank white, and I can't recall much of what was said after that. All I can remember was that she had volunteered for an extremely dangerous mission, and as a result, had lost her life. Volunteered for an extremely dangerous mission? Why would she have done that? Why didn't anyone stop her? She was still too green! I tried to wrap my head around it, but I was in total shock. It's my fault. If I hadn't helped during her final exam, Rin would not have become a shinobi. Her dream would have ended, but at least she'd still be alive. I killed Rin. I wept. For the first time in my life, I wept aloud. From an early age, my parents had driven home the point that a would-be shinobi must set aside their feelings. And yet, I wept. I could do nothing else. Anyone who would fall back behind me, instead of facing Hebijo, should give up on being shinobi and leave. If I were to fight off Hebijo for them, I wouldn't really be helping them at all. The path of the shinobi is a harsh one. One must continue to fight even when no help is coming. I can do only one thing for those who wish to join that world. I can teach them not to let their emotions control them. There's no need for me to comfort them. What happened to Rin must never happen to any other student. The 5 of them listened to my words in silence, but not one of them moves to leave. Master Kiria, I need more training, please, Asuka shouts, raising her hand. Same here, I'm really begging you, Katsuragi shouts in return. Ikarugia and Yagyu quietly raise their own hands. I'll do my best. I'll fight without relying on you. So please, Master Kiria, train me hard. Even Hibari gives me a look of absolute resolve. I can see you're determined. So, let's begin training! I cannot directly watch over my students, but I can teach them how to protect themselves. I finally understand what it means to be a high shinobi. I will pass on all my skills and knowledge. I will teach them every hidden art and hide nothing. So my precious students will carry on and survive for future battles. It is the only way I can look after them. Yo, that's the longest cutscene of my life. Oh my god. Yo. That was one cutscene. That was, it's like, you know, the visual novel type stuff. And it transitioned from that into a cutscene. So now, Katsuragi and Ikaruga are talking. You still look quite unhappy. Unhappy? Me? Please. Doesn't bother me that Hebijo beat us. Ha ha ha! Alright, so long as you feel well. Sorry. Thanks for taking the time to ask, though. In return, I'll give you a good groping. No, thank you very much. But should you... That would hit me late. That would hit me late. Oh. Yeah, that's like her character trait, is that she likes just going around and feeling up other girls. But should you feel the need to talk in the future, please let me know. Can't sneak anything past her. She noticed I was down right away. Hikage, you're strong. Can't believe you brought me to my knees with that underboob. And you're not strong at all. Not strong at all, really? She made me feel like a total ass. I ain't gonna take that lying down, though. I'll train and train and train some more, until there's no way she can get the train ticket and beat me. Huh. Oh hey, I can play the video game now. I can play the video game. I can play the video game. The question is whether or not I remember how to play this, and I don't think I do. I mean, it's just hit the buttons, you know. That's all we gotta do. Yeah, see, I hit the buttons. I hit the buttons good. I mean, you gotta admit, this is like the pinnacle of like narrative quality. Like, Death Stranding, what the fuck is that? Right? Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. You know, surprisingly, I don't know if maybe I figured it out or something, but like that didn't hurt to do either. That was like 20 minutes straight, and it did not really hurt. I don't know. Like, just send something to Marvelous Games Or no, wait, who does the localization? It might be XC that does the localization, not Marvelous. Um, yeah, just send them my YouTube, send them my MySpace page, send them my Skype account.